Hey, I'm Colonel Garuda, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Core Class Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie. Now, this is a really odd figure from just by looking at it, because the Studio Series is designed to have figures be perfectly in scale with each other and be the definitive versions of the characters we see in the movies. But this is a Core Class figure, and Shockwave really should have been a Voyager or Leader class. But I think this will make a really fun figure to play around with, so I decided to buy it. And I just saw a whole bunch of these just peg-warming shelves at Walmart, so I figured might as well, and since it's new, I just thought it'd be good to review on the channel. But, start things off by taking a look at the packaging. Here we got not a window, but the figure itself is exposed, and as you can see, you can touch it easily. I hate that. This reminds me a lot of the Dino Fury Zord packaging. And this is terrible because the figure can easily get stolen. But I just noticed just now that there's a little speck on Shockwave's eye, and that does not look good. But I noticed there's a little background. Perhaps that's the cutout that all the Studio Series figures get for like a little background drop. Anyway, here's the Studio Series. He says Generations there. You got Shockwave just looking at you like, "What are you looking at, you? Hmm?" He's like that. So Takara Tomy, you got some stuff on fire in the background. Up here it says Transformers Bumblebee. On the side, you got that same image of Shockwave telling you this is authentic Transformers. On the other side, the Decepticon Studio Series, and it's got Shockwave looking at you again. On the back, it just shows you that he transforms into that H-Tank thing in 13 steps. And it tells you it's from the Bumblebee movie, which I saw, and it was really good. And on the bottom, not much else, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's open him up and let's see how cool he really is. And here we have Shockwave unboxed and in his vehicle mode. And it's not bad, but, well, just see for yourself, because on the front, it actually looks decent. Now, if you've seen the Bumblebee movie, minor spoilers for those who haven't seen it, none of the Cybertronians, like all the Transformers on Cybertron and those scenes, never really transform. I mean, I think Starscream and some Seekers might have transformed or something, but characters like Shockwave and Soundwave didn't have alt modes in the film, so a lot of third-party companies and the audience had their imagination wild as what they turned into. But Shockwave is this tank, which actually looks pretty good on the front, but once you turn to the back, just why? I mean, not only does he have visible hand syndrome, which is pretty lazy, they could have just had to fold into here and in here and put them on hinges, but they have visible head syndrome right there with the face exposed like that. I don't know if I missed a step in the instructions, but this is just lazy. Absolutely lazy. This is probably one of the worst examples of visible head syndrome. Like, I've had figures that had visible head syndrome.
The following is a message brought to you by the Dark Creek Police Department. There have been more and more reports of people missing in the county. Currently there are at least 80 people who are missing, and ages are anywhere between 5 to 30 years old. The Dark Creek Police Department are currently on high alert, and advise everybody to stay inside as soon as the sun goes down.
Stay outside.
Lock all doors and windows.
Keep your doors and windows open.
And if anything breaks into your home, please call the Dark Creek Police Department.
They cannot save you.
And most importantly, do not venture into the forest at night.
Join us in the woods.
Like Cybertron Supreme Class Starscream, or the Cybertron Leader Class Optimus Prime, which had visible head syndrome, but not this bad. Like, I don't like this at all, to be honest. I'm sorry, but I just don't. It just looks so wrong in so many ways. Even when you try to lift the turret up, it still has his face exposed, which is so lazy. this whole vehicle mode, in fact, feels like an afterthought. Like, they could have tried something a little more, but at least the front looks nice. Like, but toys like this are 3D objects. They're not like pieces of paper or cardboard. A toy should be appreciated in all angles. And then you just have this back. It just looks like, just why? Okay, enough of my ranting. Also, this thing has no wheels, which sucks, and the treads don't work either. So, you just slide them around, and that's all you can really do. Now, for posability, at least in this mode, you can have the turret go up that far, and thanks to the head posability, the turret can swivel 360. Yeah, I'm not really digging this alt mode. At least some of the paint apps they applied here on the gun looks pretty good. But yeah, it's good in the front, but once you turn to the back... And now for some size comparisons. Here it is next to the high-grade Gundam Revive, the Black Series Darth Nihilus, and the Beast Wars reissue Scorponok. While the vehicle mode wasn't really the best, how does the robot mode hold up? Only way to find out. And here we have the robot mode, and it looks pretty decent. But I really feel like it's missing a lot of detail. Like, this, at first glance, looks like it could just be a regular generation Shockwave rather than the Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie. To give you an idea, Shockwave here has all this detail and stuff inside the chest and everything, and mechanical detail and all that, which looks really nice. And that's how a lot of the Transformers look in the live-action movies. But the figure doesn't have any of that. It just has this violet chest with nothing inside. And yeah, it has some mechanical detail here and there, like on the legs up. But I feel like they could have done a little bit more on this figure. On the back, you got some really nice mechanical detail, but it's very limited. And as you can see, it's a little hollow on the arms here. And there's the feet there. And the head sculpt is pretty nice, but it just looks like the G1 Shockwave. But that's kind of the point of the Bumblebee movie, is that a lot of the Transformers actually look more faithful to the original counterparts, which is something I like and hope to see more of in future Transformers films. Now, can he pose? Well, the head can rotate 360, but isn't on a ball joint. However, the arms are on ball joints, as well as you get a swivel at the top bicep and at the bottom bicep. You get a bend at the elbow. The legs are on ball joints. A bend at the knee, ankle, which is on a hinge. But there's no waist swivel? Or a wrist swivel? No swivel at the thighs? Or even an ankle pivot? Yeah, the posability on this figure isn't really good. I mean, seriously, they could have done so much more, even by just adding a few more joints for posability. Really could have enhanced the figure, but this feels like a step back in toy engineering. But to be fair, there are other figures in the core class scale that have limited posability, but they still have at least ball joints at the knees or something. Now with the Shockwave's only accessory, we get this blaster, which was the main threat from the tank. Now there is a hinge down here. I get the camera focus. There's a hinge here which you can flip down, and Shockwave can hold it in either hand, and it covers up his hand in the process. Hold on just a second. There we go. And honestly, it kind of makes it look like he has an arm cannon. I think it's really cool. And there's a hole on the other hand, so he can hold it in either hand. But personally, I like to display him like this. Let's do some size comparisons again. Gundam, Nihilus, Scorponok. Before we wrap up the video, let's take a quick look at this backdrop that came with Shockwave, which I don't think was really advertised as a backdrop, but as you can see, can see Bumblebee there. You got someone there. I'm not too sure who that might be. It's kind of hard to make out. And you got this whole scenery, which looks cool. And I don't think you can really display it like on a proper surface. But if you just do this, I guess it doesn't look too bad. But I don't really plan on keeping this, so I'm probably gonna just throw it away. Overall, this figure is actually decent. Even though the back of the vehicle mode wasn't really that great, and it could have used a little bit more detail and posability, I actually like this figure a little bit more than I thought I would. I feel like I was a little harsh on the figure earlier as I was reviewing it, but the more I played around with it, the more I actually started to enjoy it. Who knows, maybe my opinion will change over time. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.
You are not alone.